Welcome to Simple Access. This video will guide you through the basic features of SimpleAccess.com and how to use them. Simple Access is a cloud-based software that gives you access to your account from virtually any PC or mobile device that has an internet connection. Being that Simple Access is cloud-based, you'll always have the latest features and updates available to you when you log in. Alright, let's get started. The first page you'll see after logging into your account is the dashboard. From the dashboard, you'll see all the high-level attributes and statuses of your system, as well as users and access events. At the top left, you'll see the overall lock power rating of all devices, along with any battery life status or offline devices. Next, you'll see access events. This allows you to see the number of events, dates, and types, such as locked, unlocked, or access denied. To the right of access events, you can view your system status along with any reported issues. Clicking reported issues, you can see the type of issue that occurred, along with the device name, date, and time. From this section, you can dismiss individual notifications, dismiss all, or close. Below the section is where you'll find your system devices. Here, you'll see the name of the device, type of device, either wired or wireless, lock status, and individual battery life for wireless locks. To the right, you will see individual access events. This section shows the type of access events and device names, sorted by date and type. Scrolling down, the next section will show you all the users and guests registered in your system. From here, you can view, add, edit, or delete any users, guests, or PIN numbers you've added. This section also shows you the credential type, such as mobile access, card number, or PIN numbers that you've assigned to your users. It also includes any access schedules assigned to them. At this point, you should have registered at least one device to your system. We'll cover adding additional devices at a later point in the video. But if you'd like to register all of your devices, skip ahead to the integrations section of this video. Once completed, come back here and we'll continue. Now let's dig a little deeper into devices. At the top section, click Devices. This page will show you all registered devices on your system. From here, you can see the device name, status of the door, connectivity, and power levels. Highlighting the star will mark the device as favorite and will add a shortcut of that device to your dashboard. But if no devices are selected, the default will be to show all of your registered devices as shortcuts on your dashboard. Clicking the three dots on the right will allow you to manage options specific to the device, such as access users, guests, events, notification contacts, or other settings. Now let's click Settings. In this section, you can manage each individual device and edit things such as name and location, as well as default guest start times. For any Wi-Fi devices, make sure they're connected to the internet and that you also have online selected. NFC mode refers to any touchless credentials such as cards or key fobs that you'll be using. Here you have the option to have the device always scan for credentials or to awake the reader when someone presses a key. One very important thing to note is the heartbeat or internet connection interval. This sliding bar will set how frequently you'd like your device to check for any settings changes that you've made. The shorter the interval, the shorter the battery life. You also have the option to have the device connect automatically on key press. Auto lock, if enabled, will automatically lock the door after an access event at a set interval. You can disable auto lock if you want the door to remain open after a credential is used or set a specific schedule when you'd like the door to lock again. Once you're done making changes, scroll down to the bottom and save. Now that we're done here, let's go back. click Devices again, and let's go to Door Groups. Door groups are specific groupings of your devices that can be assigned to users or groups such as contractors, cleaners, or daytime shift. To add a group, click Add Door Group and give it a name. Now hit Create. From this page, go to Edit Door Group. On this next section, you can select specific devices or groups of devices you'd like assigned to this group. Make your selections and click Save. Once saved, go back to the main Door Groups page, and you can see your new door group added to the list. Now let's look at common doors. These are doors that will allow access to all users that can already access a specific door. For example, someone has access to a front door. They can also have access to special areas like pools or gyms on the property. To add a new common door, click Add Common Door. From this window, select the common door or door groups that you'd like to be accessible. Now, select the door or location you'd like it related to. So if you'd like to give anyone access to the pool that has access to the 700 series lock, select that. You can also add access schedules and guest times to these common doors. Once you've made your selections, click Create. Moving to device schedules. Here is where you'll be able to select when you want certain locks to be available for use and unlocked at a specific time. Click Add Schedule. From this page, you will name your schedule and select the type. Lock action means that the device will unlock the door at a scheduled day and time and leave it unlocked until you choose a lock time. The auto lock feature works just like lock action, but will prevent the device from opening the door until a valid credential is presented. For example, your building is scheduled to unlock at 8 a.m., but your employee is running a little late. The door will remain locked until someone scans a valid key card to unlock it. After that, it performs just like lock action. For now, we'll select lock action. Choose the days you want to have a schedule and delete the rest. Go to the first day of your schedule and select a time you'd like the doors to unlock. Now, click the plus icon and add a time you would like them to lock again. If you want the same schedule for each day, you can click the copy icon on a different day, and it will copy the schedule of the day you select. Now, click Save. Let's return to Devices again and quickly cover notifications. Click Devices, then the device name you would like to receive notifications from. Now select Notifications and then Add Notifications for this lock. Select the type of notification you'd like to receive and enter the contact information. Now, select the events you'd like to receive notifications on. The most common notification type we see is Power Level Low. Once your selections are made, hit Create, and you're all done. Now that we've covered devices, let's go over to Access, where we'll create access schedules, and then we can add your first users or guests. Click Access at the top of your page, and once you've done this, go to Access Schedules. Access schedules apply to specific users, such as contractors or employees, that would need access to your facility at specific dates and times during the week. Access schedules differ from device schedules because they apply to all devices at a given location. From this page, you can view all schedules, their names, a summary of the days selected for that schedule, and their types. You can also delete any access schedules from here. To create an access schedule, go to Add Schedule. On this page, you'll first name your schedule. Now, go to the calendar below. You can select the day you'd like to give this group access. In this example, we'll choose Monday from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. by dragging the time block. Let's also add Thursday at the same time. You can also add access exceptions, such as holidays or special dates, that you'd like to restrict access to this facility. We'll cover how to create exceptions next. Once you're done, hit Save. Now, let's look at access exceptions. To add an exception for a specific holiday or event, you just need to click Add Access Exception. Let's name this one Company Holiday. Now that we've done that, let's add a start date. For this example, we'll select New Year's Day. Now, choose an end date. If you'd like to add more exceptions like Memorial Day or Labor Day, click Add Date. Once you're done, click Create. Now you can see your new exceptions with all your selected dates, and you're able to add this exception to any new or existing access schedules created. Alright, now let's add your first user. I'll show you how to access this and many of the features discussed directly from the dashboard at a later time. But for now, we'll create a user from the main Access User page. Users are individuals that you'd like to have access to your facility for extended times, such as employees or staff. Let's click Add User. From the window, you'll add the user's name and possibly email if you plan to use mobile access, and you can also add a department. Select the type of access you'd like them to have. This user can have access to a single device, door groups, or even entire locations. Remember that door group we created? Let's select that one now. You can also assign the access schedule that we just made. Now, add your credential number. In many cases, these can be found on the back of your card or credential. You can also generate pins for your users. You can assign a pre-made pin or generate a random pin using the wand icon. One great feature of SimpleAccess is mobile credentials, which is included with your subscription at no extra cost. This will give users the ability to download an app and use their phone as a mobile credential with any wired reader. When you select this option for a user, it will automatically generate an email to the one that you provided above with instructions on how to download the app to a mobile device. You can also set up notifications for each user by selecting first or every access and the method of contact you'd like to receive. Select None, and now Submit. Adding a guest is very similar to a user. The primary difference is you need to select a start date and end date for when the guest is allowed access to your facility. You can even assign pins or mobile access to a guest, all without the need of providing them a physical credential or even meeting them on site. SimpleAccess will manage everything for you. The last thing in this section is Guest Calendar. From here, you can view all scheduled guests for this month or future months. Now let's move on to locations. If you have multiple locations with SimpleAccess, you can quickly add these to your system and manage them from one portal. All you do is click Add Location, enter the location's information, and then hit Create. Alright, we're almost done. Let's go to Integrations. In this area, you'll register any additional devices after your initial device is registered. Click the brand of the device you'd like to register and enter the serial number. Serial numbers can be found on the back of your device or on the box that the device was packaged in. It's important to keep your serial number handy, along with where the device will be installed. Once you've entered your serial number, name the device, and then select the location that it's installed. Now, click Register. To apply a wired reader to an account, you'll need to register the panel. You'll need to get the serial number directly from the board itself. This serial number can be found in the cabinet that the panel is held. For this setup, click on the Advanced tab and navigate to ACS in the dropdown. Now, click Add Controller. The first thing you'll do is name the controller. The most common name we see is the location that it's at. Now, add the serial number and then select the location where the panel is installed. SimpleAccess will automatically add your devices based on the type of controller you have. When you'd like to add a wired device, you will navigate back to Integrations and then click the box named SimpleAccess. On this page, go to Add Installer. The primary admin for your SimpleAccess account should have this information on hand or in an email they were already provided. Remember, this step should be done before providing mobile credentials. Having this information will allow for read range adjustments on the device itself and firmware updates as needed. Once added, navigate to Devices from this section and ensure that your wired and wireless readers are connected. You should also double check that your wireless devices are also connected to the internet. Now let's go back to Advanced to cover a couple more things. From this dropdown, you can view and export different reports from SimpleAccess. You can view a historical record of all access events, when they occurred, the door and source, the type, and even the method used. You can also filter by date, type, device location, or other specific criteria, all the way down to the individual user. Another option from the Advanced tab is automated emails. This relates to your mobile credentials and guest invitations. From here, you can edit the email that your employees or guests will see when they're emailed the instructions for downloading the Mobile Access app or how to use the PIN to access your building. This will give you the ability to customize what your users will see and the messaging that they receive from your invitations. Now let's cover admin users. If you'd like to add more administrative users to your SimpleAccess portal, it's easy. First, navigate to the upper right-hand side of your page. Click the drop-down and select Members and Roles. From this page, you can view all your current members and what their specific roles are. To add a new member, click Invite Member. Click the box labeled Share Account. Now, add the person's email and specify their roles. Next, select device permissions that you'd like the users to have. You could choose the entire account if you'd like them to have full access, or click the drop-down and select any locations and/or devices at the given location that you'd like them to manage. Once you're done, click Invite Member. The last item is roles. These customizable roles are permissions that you'd like assigned to an admin user within SimpleAccess. Clicking the roles link on the left will bring you to the roles page. From here, you can create a new role by clicking Add Role. Now, let's name the role you'd like to create. After you're finished, you can select from a long list of user permissions, from users and guests to devices or other permissions. Select the permissions you'd like to add. Once you've selected the permissions for this role, click Save, and you can add these roles to any new or existing administrative users in your system. All right, let's go back to dashboards and recap. Much of what we discussed today can be accessed through the dashboard. Remember, you can manage individual devices, like the SR30, just by clicking the name. As you can see, it brings us to the specific device and all of the options we discussed earlier, such as adding a user or notifications. You can lock or unlock specific devices and even view their power status and connection types. If you recall, below Devices, you can manage all users on the system, including adding users and guests, as well as their permissions within your facility. Now, don't worry. If you ever get stuck, there are plenty of resources to keep you going. You can chat from any page by clicking Help in the lower right corner. This will give you access to one of our talented customer success specialists who can help. You can also email customersuccess@simpleaccess.com for assistance. Should you have any issues with devices or hardware, you should email support@simpleaccess.com. All right, that's it. Thanks so much, and we look forward to serving you in the future. Thanks again for choosing Simple Access.